Hey y'all, and welcome to another soft skills lesson with me, Miss Faith. We've been spending the last 9 or 10 weeks. I can't remember what number video this is. But we spent the last 9 or 10 weeks talking about our 6 soft skills that we talked about, and also then we went into some different activities or adulting things that we might need to learn. I talked about tips and tricks and how to do those things, and also what soft skills play into completing that activity or task or whatever I was talking about. So this week, I'm super excited to be doing another video about a new topic, and I hope you guys have really been enjoying this because I've had a lot of fun, and I think this has been a really good thing for you guys to do that'll help you be productive during our stay-at-home season for COVID-19 and really grow into even more successful and awesome adults. So I am excited to get into it today. I am back on my computer, so my visuals that I'm going to be showing you guys are on our computer again this week, and I'm going to share my screen so that you can see them, and then we'll get started with today's activity or today's topic. Give me 1 second, my friends. Here we go. Now I will share my screen real quick. Present, and here we go. So we are going to be talking about preparing to cook. Preparing to cook. So we're not going to be cooking anything today, but I want to talk about all the steps and all the leading up to being able to cook, or all the preparation that you need, and everything you need to do before you can cook for it to be successful. So I'm going to talk over those steps, and then I will talk about the soft skills that we've learned that play into this. All right? So we're going to be talking about the steps to prepare to cook. We're going to be talking about the steps. And if you were in the counselors and training group last summer with like me and Miss Logan, and I think Miss Rebecca and Miss Caitlin were in there for a little bit, we did a task analysis for pizza. So a task analysis is the same thing as steps. So task analysis is specific steps to do something. And so that's what we're going to talk about, those steps or a task analysis to prepare to cook. So next time you talk to a friend or family member, you can tell them, I learned the task analysis to prepare to cook. And you'll sound awesome. But we're going to be looking specifically at those steps before we actually cook. So the first thing we need to do is we have to decide what we want to cook. There are tons and tons of ideas and recipes, and you probably have a lot of different favorite foods. Maybe if you're in the house with other family members, they all have a different favorite food. So there are so many things you could want to cook. But you need to narrow it down to one thing, or maybe 5 things if you're planning for the week or whatever the case may be. You have to narrow it down to just a couple things, because if you don't narrow it down to the one thing first, you're going to be all over the place and you're not going to be able to complete the rest of the steps. And that would not be good to get your cooking done, now would it? So deciding what you want to cook. Maybe you want to make a pizza. Maybe you want to cook mac and cheese. Maybe you want to cook some chicken on the grill and some vegetables. Whatever it is, you first have to decide what you want to cook. That has to be the first step in our task analysis so that we can get it done, right? So number 2, we have to find a recipe. So even if I decide I want to make mac and cheese, I could find tons and tons of mac and cheese recipes. Some with bacon, some with ham, some with cheddar cheese, some with Gouda cheese, all kinds of different recipes. Some you cook in the oven, some you cook in a crock pot. So you need to find the one recipe that you want to use, because that's going to tell you the ingredients you need. And knowing the specific ingredients you need is super important to be able to have a successful cooking session later down the line, right? So number 3 is make a grocery list. Once you've decided what you want to make, you've picked a recipe, so now you have to make a grocery list out of those ingredients that you see on your recipe. You're going to write them all down. So if I need cheddar cheese, I need noodles, I need milk, I need sour cream, whatever it is you need, make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, whatever the case may be, so that you can know and remember everything you need when you go to the store. Because that would not be good if you can't remember when you get to the store. All right, number 4 is you got to go shopping at the grocery store. You've got to go get everything you need that was on your shopping list. Or I know me and my family, we order on the Walmart app and go pick it up. Or so that's also shopping. Whatever way you shop to get your groceries is what you need to do fourth. You've got to go shopping for everything. Because if you don't get everything you need, how are you supposed to make the mac and cheese if you don't have cheddar cheese, right? So you have to make sure you have all those ingredients you need when go shopping at the grocery store to make sure you've got everything. And then once you get everything, this is an important one. You've got to put things away in the kitchen until you're ready to cook. Because if I leave everything out on the counter, it's going to be until I'm ready to cook. My cheese might go bad because it's supposed to be in the refrigerator, and it'll be a big mess. So there won't be room to make anything else before that. So putting everything away when you get back from the grocery store, you've picked it up, whatever the case may be, is super important. And then number 6, when you're ready to cook, so now you're at your cooking session, you're almost ready. You've got to pull out all the ingredients you'll need. You've got to pull them all out and bring them back out and sit them on the counter or whatever the case may be so that you are ready to go with all of your ingredients. That is another important one, right? And then number 7, we're going back to that recipe. Make sure you open up your recipe book, pull out a recipe card, pick up your printed paper, pull it up on your phone, however you're going to view your recipe. It needs to be pulled up and ready so that you are able to follow the directions. Because recipes, not only do they have ingredients, they also have the directions of how to cook it. So you're going to have to pull that recipe back out so that you know how to cook it, right? So those are 7 steps or our task analysis to preparing to cook. But I am going to go back to number 1 and I'm going to read through them one more time for us, okay? So these are the steps to prepare to cook. Number 1, decide what you want to cook. Number 2, find a recipe. Number 3, make a grocery list. Number 4, go shopping at the grocery store. Number 5, put things away in the kitchen until you're ready to cook. 6, when you're ready to cook, put all ingredients you will need. And number 7, make sure you have your recipe ready. So there you go. That's our task analysis for preparing to cook, or our 7 steps. So now that you know those 7 steps, you're probably asking, hey, Miss Faith, how does this play into our soft skills you spent 6 weeks talking about? Right? I'm here. I want to talk about that next. So some of our soft skills that come up with this task analysis is flexibility, persistence, and problem solving. So number 1, flexibility. We might need some flexibility because the store might be out of a specific thing we need. Like if we go back to our mac and cheese example, they might be out of sharp cheddar cheese, so I just need to substitute this other brand of cheese or this other kind of cheese so that I can still make my mac and cheese. So being flexible and understanding that we might have to make substitutions to make our recipe work if the grocery store is out of something is super important for these steps. So flexibility is something that's really important while working on this. Our next one, persistence. Persistence is really important because 7 steps before we even get to the cooking is kind of a lot, right? Preparing to cook is not a quick and easy process. So we have to have that persistence so that we keep going no matter what, even if we're hitting road bumps, even if we're running into difficulties, we have to be persistent and keep going with it, right? And our next one, problem solving. Going back to that substitution, if the grocery store is out of something, you might need to use some problem solving skills to decide what you could substitute, right? So that problem solving is a super important piece of this as well. So I hope if you guys haven't seen the flexibility, persistence, or problem solving videos that you go back and watch it, because these 3 skills, flexibility, persistence, and problem solving, are super important things that go back to these steps to prepare to cook. So I really hope you guys enjoyed talking about preparing to cook and watching this video with me and all that good stuff. But before I let you guys go, I have 2 things I want to tell you guys. And they're right here on the screen. I want you to watch past videos if you've missed any. I have loved making these videos for you guys, and I want as many of you guys to see them and enjoy them as possible. So if you've missed any, go back and watch them. I think it would be super beneficial for you. It'd make me feel good and all that awesome stuff. And then next is comment below. I still want to see your guys' comments and see how you guys are doing, how you guys are practicing these soft skills. Are you participating in these activities that I'm sharing? I want to see it, and I want to shout you guys out, so definitely comment down below. So guys, I'm still brainstorming for what we will talk about next week. So I don't have a teaser for you guys just yet, but I promise you that it's going to be a good one. And I'm so excited for it already, even though I don't know exactly what it's going to be yet. I hope you guys are just as excited. So I am going to let you guys go, but remember, watch past videos, make sure you comment, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys next week.